Joaquín Rivas, born in El Salvador, raised in Las Vegas, and I play for Miami FC, forward. They've been there since day one, literally since I kicked the soccer ball. I'm 3 years old. And I thank them for everything, really. I'm here because of them, because of all their sacrifices, all their support they've done since the beginning. When you say they've sacrificed many things, they've sacrificed everything. My dad could have been pro in El Salvador. Who knows, maybe national team, who knows, he was very good as well. And he, came to America, sacrificed all that stuff, and went through the crossing the border and whatnot, and for a better life for all of us, for my older brother and my sister and myself. And I thank him every day for that, just with all that he's done and all the work that he's put in, and my mom as well. It's taking care of us ever since we were little, so I thank them very much for that. Another thing, my father mainly, I consider him my idol when it comes to that, just because he pushed me every single day. He still does. He's a critic as well. He'll tell me when I've done a bad job and good job and whatnot. But I would always have a ball with me at all times. Even when you would be playing, I would go to the Sunday League games with him, and I would be the first one ready, shin guards, cleats, everything. But my soccer ball never left my side, and that was one of the things that he put in my mind was like, make sure you're doing this every day. And like when I got to high school, I wasn't really like partying. Like I would get invited, this and that, and he was like, no, he wouldn't let me go, and I wouldn't understand why. I'd be like, let me at least have some fun, but he was like, no, because you have training tomorrow. And then that in my mind, I was just like, that being from Vegas especially, like it's hard like not to get into that sort of lifestyle, but I think because of that and how the discipline he put me in every single day, like helped me be here where I am now. Kitsap was one of my best summers of all time, I'd say, just because of the Hayes family, how they accepted me. I still talk to them and whatnot now and then, and they took me in as one of their own. And for me, it was hard because I was away from my family for probably one of the first times. But there was a lot of good talent in that PDO that like I think it's unseen, probably still till this day. And probably because people don't have the money either to go to college or have the money to go to a tryout. In my case, I went to a tryout. I paid for many tryouts to get into where I am now. And but Kitsap, I think, was very important for me and special for me in that way that as a kid I didn't get to go on a boat in the summer, this and that, because the Hayes family, like I said, they thanked me so much with everything they did for me. And after training, we would go straight into the beach because that's just how, it was one of those. But yeah, for me, it was just very, very special, and I will thank them every day for that as well. I was in Sacramento. I started in Sacramento, first 2 years there. Didn't go so well, didn't get really much playing time. There was a switch of coach as well. I went from playing forward to playing right back. I don't know why. The coach thought I could play there for some reason, but then I ended up, an agent reached out to me. His name was Giannis, and one of the first things he said was, you need to get out of there and get some playing time. Tulsa at the time was one of the ones that were interested. And I was like, yeah, like I agree. So I ended up going there. They weren't like a top team or nothing like that, like Sacramento, but I feel like I did need that playing time, and I think that's where I got my confidence once again, and things just started getting better from there. just till this day, just trying to get better, try to do everything better, even in training. Like, I'm one of those players that will give it my all. Doesn't matter if it's an easy day or whatever. Like I always want to get better somehow because I know there's so much more out there. When I first received that call, I thought it was a prank, honestly, because I was like, who is pranking me right now through WhatsApp and like telling me this and that? And then when the head coach Carlos de los Cobos actually called me through the phone, I was like, wow, like, you know, like I couldn't. He was like, are you interested in this? I was like, of course. Like, this is something I dreamt as a kid. Everybody wants to play for their national team, and yeah, the first people I told were my family. Like they were so proud of me, you know, like everything. And I thanked them for their support, and it's just like, well, like now let's make something out of it together, and then I think it was pretty special as well. One of my favorite moments, honestly. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I would say we have one of the best like national anthems as far as like just the passion. You feel it. I still get the chills when I'm like they're singing it, I'm singing it. Like it's unreal, really. Like you have to be there to be able to feel. You'll feel it with how loud it is, and yeah, it's just it's unbelievable, really. Like you have to be there to experience it. I think the goal is obviously step by step, make the playoffs first and then make a run and then championship. I think we started off pretty bad this season, but we've been playing some great football the past like 9 games, and I think we'll definitely make the playoffs. We're confident about it, but it takes game by game. We can't set our foot off the gas pedal. You know, we have to keep going. And but no, playing in Miami, I think was a good change for me from coming from what was at Tulsa. It was rough at first just because it was out of nowhere. You know, I got traded. Nobody told me anything. It was I was really blindsided. I just bought a house, baby on the way. You know, my girlfriend was only a 4-hour drive, and to me it was like, okay, this is fine, this is perfect. But then Miami came, and I was just like, okay, like this is like I think a better club. But no, I think many players would want to play here just because it's Miami. There's what else? What can you do? What can't you do? You know, so it's a beautiful place to be in. When my mom told me, like, you don't know what amor de padre is until you have your own, I felt that the second I saw her and I held her. It was the most beautiful thing in the world. That I'll tell you that I think every person needs to experience that. It changed my life like this. And to the aspect that I'll do anything for my baby. I think just, you know, stay dedicated to what you are. Enjoy the sport, because I know it's not easy. It's not always going to be easy. I went through some rough times where I'm not playing, you know, I could just give up and say, you know what, I'm not going to train as hard anymore. But no, like I said, I'm the type of player that's always going to like push for it. Doesn't matter what's going on, if I'm in the 11 or not. Like, that's just how I am. But just keep working hard, and you never know who's watching, really. It could be one of those games where you score or you assist or whatever, you have a good game and somebody's watching you and they're like, okay, I like this player, like, let's talk, or whatever. And never give up. I think, like I mentioned, I went to a couple tryouts, you know, I could have been like, okay, like I don't want to do this anymore. I'll get a regular job, whatever. But I was like, again, my thanks to my family and their support. And I was confident that I could be in a pro level. So I never gave up, and I'm thankful for that. Oh man, he is my favorite player of all time. I think still watching him to this day, I'm just like, it amazes me just because of the things he does. And the possibility, I think you just got to go at it as if he's just another opponent, because I think that's what teams right now, even in Cincinnati, top of the table, and they just lost to the last place team, you know? It's just like, I think they're a little maybe frightened by it, but no, obviously the opportunity would be outstanding and a very memorable moment for me.